Consistency over perfection. That's the mindset. Monday morning, and I am about to get out there on the road. Just gonna do probably about 6 miles easy outside, and then we'll do another 4+ bench session later this afternoon. I was just looking at the calendar, kind of trying to plan out travel for the rest of the year, not just travel for fitness, but travel for like just the family and like what either vacations or, you know, work trips and stuff I have. And I do think, like, just looking at the calendar, I'm gonna finish this base building block in about 3 weeks, and then I'm gonna hit a 5K block. I blocked off about 12 weeks for the 5K. And then after that, that leaves me about 17 weeks until CIM at the end of the year. It feels like a waste to not try and throw down on a marathon this year, at least once. But if I'm going to do it, I don't want to just go. Like, I want to have a legitimate training block, and 17 weeks feels good. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to sign up for CIM and just commit to it. Yeah. The other thing I'm thinking of is whether I race or just kind of go to be there, is showing up to Chicago or New York for kind of the festivities. So we'll see. I'm leaning towards Chicago because I also have the running event at the end of or beginning of December this year. So going to be a busy kind of fall winter, but you know, I definitely felt some FOMO not being at Boston, not running Boston, but just being there with a lot of the brand activations that I probably would have been able to attend. So we're going to try for either Chicago or New York, and yeah, sign up for some races and finally kind of get locked into some bigger goals for the year. So now what's going to happen with the, 5K, 10K, half marathon? Well, the goal is still to hit them. So the hope is that I can knock those out along the way, and that, the 5K and 10K come in that next like 15 weeks now, and then that half marathon comes at CIM and along the way. So we'll see if that happens. All right, we're about 4-ish miles in. Heart rate's chilling, mid to low 140s. Legs feel pretty good. We're feeling pretty good. I feel like I'm seeing a lot of the benefit of my base build so far, which makes sense because we're about 8 weeks in. This is week 9, and we've hit the kind of 50+ mile mark I think 5 times now, so makes sense to see it start to come around now. But excited to see where we are in like 3-4 weeks. Tuesday morning, it is 5:40. We are going to go do some mile repeats, and I am tired as usual. My wife went to book club last night, and so I got the kids down and everything, but my daughter took forever to fall asleep, so I didn't get in bed until probably a little after 11, and I was up at like 4:50 today, and just got kind of down here now around 5:30. So I'm slow in the mornings. I'm actually not a morning person, despite waking up in the morning to get stuff done. It's just that I know this is the only time I can do it. So I hate it. I'm slow. I'm tired. But I feel better doing it. So it is what it is. But yeah, we're going to do mile repeats. I'm going to go 6 miles. Probably around 7-minute pace, something like that. Again, just working sub-threshold. And we'll go from there. And then we've got a lift in the afternoon. Should hit 60+ miles again this week. Do it again the week after. Do it again the week after. And then 5K train. So let's get moving.
All right, here we go. 6 by mile, 1 minute rest in between, threshold effort. I'm really tired today. Let's get it done. Oh. All right, we're 2 miles into 6 repeats. I'm up in rest to minute 30, and I'm gonna cut time or speed down to about 7:15, 7:20. Feeling really sluggish, body's fighting me. I wonder if I just did too much yesterday, not enough sleep. So don't want to overdo it, get hurt. Still got a lot of miles left to run this week. Consistency over perfection. That's the mindset.
A.m. I am about to go for a run, as usual, and I'm thinking of doing some tempo today. So rather than threshold intervals, just kind of hitting like a 4-mile tempo. So we'll go 2-mile warm up, 4-mile tempo, 2-mile cool down, and probably call it for the morning. I'll be honest, the reason why I'm thinking of doing that is one, I'm just doing like threshold stimulus within my base building block. But two is I'm really, really tired right now. I'm already at 33 miles for the week. Been putting in about 11 a day, and I think that might be too much. Either that or just overarching stress kind of caught up to me yesterday. It was the last day of the month, and I'm in sales, so what that means is that yesterday was crazy at work because we're trying to make sure that we hit our sales targets for the month, and so all day I was like back and forth in conversation, monitoring the numbers as they came in, validating everything. It was just not like, to be honest, like it really is not that stressful. It's just I was constantly on at all times yesterday, like go, 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 go. And so I woke up this morning and I'm just exhausted, like more so than usual. I'm always tired, very, very tired today. So just for some reason, a tempo, 4-mile tempo sounds a lot more manageable mentally and physically than like 400-meter repeats or something along those lines right now. So that's what I'm going to do. I am running out of shoes to review on a daily basis. It's been a couple of weeks or months since I've received daily trainers from a brand, and so with summer coming, I'm hoping that there's a couple other models that should be coming out that I'm in contact with brands, so we'll see when those show up, but I'm at the mercy of release dates. So a couple of things have kind of come from that. One is, as a reviewer, I'm able to now go back to shoes that I love, which is awesome. So I've been taking out the Evo SL, the Neo Zen, the Super Blast 2 for additional miles lately, which I really missed because as a reviewer, usually I'll get 30 to 50 miles on a shoe, and I've got to move on to the next one so I can get more content out. In 2025, I decided to try and do daily weekday content, which has been going really, really well. You guys seem to be enjoying it. I enjoy doing it. But what that means is I'm burning through content, burning through shoes at a faster rate. So, as soon as I hit 30 on a shoe, the full review is coming out. As soon as I, feel like I have got a decent feel of the shoe, I'm doing a comparison video with another shoe. And this week, so for the first time in 2025, we are, in May now. And this week, I only had 3 videos. So I have the Infinite Elite 2 video, the Infinite Elite versus the Infinite Pro video, and then I also have the Shupe Pro video. So that's 3. I don't have a 4th, and I've been trying to rack my brain on figure out what should the 4th video be. And I was looking on my shelf, and obviously, I've got my Vaporfly 4s. The video for this one is not out yet because I'm not at my 30 plus miles yet, but I've already done some comparisons for this to the Vaporfly 3 and the Zoomfly, but the super shoe that I didn't compare it to yet is the alphafly. So it's been a while since I broke out my alphafly, so I'm going to do that today. I'm going to run in the alphaflies for the first half of the run, and then I'll switch out to the Vaporflies for the second half, so I can get a better feel for how they feel against each other, because it's been a while since I've run in my alphaflies. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. So I'm not complaining about not having enough shoes, by the way, because I have plenty of shoes. I'm well aware I actually need to go make a donation soon. But I'm just saying, from a content standpoint, I had run out of ideas because I had burned through all my daily trainers, which are the ones that are easier to get miles on. So there's a couple of super shoe reviews still coming, like the Vaporfly 4, the Puma Fast R3 should get here today. I bought that one with my own money. Was able to snag a pair when it released last week. And so I'll be putting miles on that. The Puma Rule Breaker, I'll at least do a first thoughts video. I don't know if I'll get full mileage on those, because those, to be honest, they kind of hurt my feet a little bit. So I'll create a video, talk about it, but those didn't quite work for me. But maybe I'll take them out for another spin just to test. Yeah, so, but outside of that, we're caught up on singular shoe reviews, and so may have to start implementing like 50-mile update videos, 100-mile update videos, depending on how many miles I'm able to stack on different pairs of shoes. So anyway, I need to go to the bathroom and get out the door. Let's go.
Man, it's been a while since I've run in these. It's a good refresher. They're very punchy. Very punchy. Just, they do tire my calves out quite a bit, but at the same time, they've got some good speed on them. All right. Whew. Had to stride out that last 1/10 of a mile, but a 4-mile tempo. That was probably like a 7:25 mile average. Heart rate was chilling below threshold, which was the goal, and it was maybe a little slower than I wanted, just given that I'm tired. I feel like this is my body telling me that 60 miles a week, or at least I guess this week's pacing is like 65 to 70, is probably a little bit too much for my current, at least my current recovery protocol, potentially my durability and cellular recovery. So swallow the humble pie, right? Swallow the humble pie, adjust. I mean, we got one more week of this, one more week, and then we're done with base building, and then we're going into 5K training. So we'll be a little touch and go, I think, because I don't want to push myself over the edge. I want to just build. All
right, it's Friday morning. I'm feeling pretty, I was feeling pretty beat up last night from this week, just with all the running. I'm already at 40 plus miles. I think I'm just under 8 hours of running already, and we're gonna put on another, actually no, I think I'm at like 7 hours, but either way, we're gonna run probably just under another 10 or around another 10 today. I'll split it up into 2 runs, a morning run, afternoon run, and then we've got a long run tomorrow. So we're gonna be at least over 10 hours, at least over 60 miles. I may, who knows, may go hit some trail tomorrow instead, in which case I wouldn't necessarily be over 60, because that I may only get 8 miles, 9 miles, 10 miles in 2 hours, depending on the vert. But regardless, I'll be over 10 hours. And anyway, I asked my wife last night if she would be able to get my son up for school today, so that I wouldn't have to wake up as early, and just get kind of a day off from taking my son to school, because I'm feeling it lately. So very fortunate. She was able and willing to do that. So this morning I woke up a little bit later, still woke up with my wife, but just instead of getting my son up, I could get ready for my run, and I'm doing my run a little bit later. So I'm feeling more refreshed this morning. Like already feel like a noticeable difference. And so feeling good, ready to go, and yeah, we're just gonna put on the shoes, get moving.
All right, I didn't record anything before because slept in a little bit, was up late last night. I did a bunch of editing, and then downstairs was kind of a mess, so went downstairs, cleaned up, didn't get to bed till probably around midnight. And woke up this morning and like had not a lot of motivation. I'm feeling the volume. I'm feeling the volume hardcore. Yeah, no, like 60 plus miles on a week for me is no joke. I mean, for a lot of people it's no joke too, right? But for me it's no joke. And so I can tell the legs this week like really felt it. And so I decided, I was like, I don't really want to just go out easy, because I just felt like I would get, 7 miles in and be like, yeah, that's good enough. So I decided to kind of play with it, almost fartlek style. But I did just a 2-mile warm up, and then I went 1 mile on, 1 mile off around threshold effort by 3. So ended up averaging about, just under 8 minutes, I think, for that 6 mile stretch, which was like, 7:15, like 8, 7:05, 8, right? And just kind of did a float instead of like pure easy. And then I finished off with 6 by 200 with 200 meter jog rest. So on off, and was hitting about 6 to 6:15 pace on the 200s. Just trying to get like a little bit of a speed refresher for my legs, because here in 2 weeks we're going to be hitting 5K paces, and I just haven't done a ton of that. I've been doing a ton of lactate threshold, a ton of like upper and moderate. So I'm pretty fried though. I'm at about 10 miles. Gonna hit my cool down, and we'll just call it there, because I just wasn't feeling it today. I went out, and the run actually has been really good, but I felt really tired. So I just felt like if I tried to get content during it, it would be harder. I normally just do content at the beginning and the end anyway, so I was like, I'll just record a little bit at the end. But we'll show the stats. I think, depending on where I land, if I get like 11, 12 today, that should be like 64 miles for the week, and probably 10 hours and like 15 minutes is what I'm expecting. So anyway, good day, good run. Really tired though, and yeah, that's where we're at.